You want an honest review? This is what we're here for. I'm gonna give it to you. Let's get it. Hey everybody, it's your boy Great White here. Today we're gonna be doing a little overview of, and kind of a review I guess, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. We will be discussing basically the do's, don'ts of what they did wrong, what they should have done, maybe things they'll possibly fix, possible bugs that could be fixed, even though they did do an update recently here for Season 3. Not really impressed with the game state right now. The quality's good, as you can see. This is captured on a Series X Xbox. I have it on performance, it's not on quality, but I do find that this game looks good. The map's amazing. Just a lot of bugs. Steering wheel animations are a little bit wacky. Just, you know, everything in general, just things they need to improve on for sure. But before we get into that, let's talk about the positives. So first of all, the tuning, the difficulty changes, like traction control, all that kind of stuff in this game, kind of like Forza and whatnot, like a lot of the others. You know, it's nice, you can kind of change traction control settings, all that. You know, you can signal right, left, whatever, hazard lights. If you have a drop top, you can drop the top. There's rumors about garages being able to actually be visited by your friends that are online with you in the game. That's kind of one of those cool touches they used to do on number 2. I didn't really play too much of 1. I heard it was good as well. Number 2 though, I was lucky. I played that one and that was by far the best game, is what everyone says. That's kind of what I'm gonna say. I might be a little biased on that, but yeah. It's just nice how they did those touches in the previous games, but it's weird how they would have brought back from the old games, you know, like the yacht boats and, you know, different houses and sorting your cars into different houses, all that kind of stuff, right? It's just, it sucks because it's not there in this game. It's missing that. It's very vague. You know, with your friends, and half the time when you join with your friends, you know, you meet up at a spot, it joins right away, but there'll be a ghost. They won't even show up. Relaunch my game after dashboarding and quitting and coming back in, and just to make it not work again. You know, it's just kind of, it's a little frustrating, right, for all of us fellow gamers. I'm sure of it. It's just one thing they have to add is more quality of life to the actual basics of the game itself. Like you know, they have everything there. They got the whole footprint mapped out. Like the maps are amazing. You know, the attention to detail with the skyscrapers, all that kind of stuff, right? You know, and it's crazy how fast the cars actually get in this game. Like the LaFerrari, thing's broken. The Super Sport's really good, but you know, they're doing the same thing as the rest of the games, right? Is they have a meta car. You know, they have a couple meta cars for each division, right? You know, like it'd be nice if you had similar kind of power and all this and that in divisions with different cars that handle maybe a little differently. You know, they could make it a little more complex than what it is. I mean, it's a step up from what TDU 2 and 1 is, right? Where you can actually upgrade. You're not just putting, you know, tunes. Like you can actually tune now instead of just throwing a couple parts that are almost, you know, takes a long time to grind to get, like the old games. That was the one downfall back then. But with this game, right, the tuning is unreal compared to its predecessors. But besides the fact that it crashes every time you have small increments and you go to tune up, you know, your tire pressures, dampers, springs, shocks, whatever, right? It's all there. Everything's there to do it. The problem is it just crashes. It pauses. Servers are whack, right? Like I said, the friends, when you're, you know, you join them and they're not showing up. It's just a massive thumbs down. I think that's another huge thing, is the weather change cycles and all that when you're in a game. You know, I've had it with my buddy recently where we joined up and we tried to do some drag racing, and it was dry for him and super stormy and rainy and wet for me. Very weird. How do you get 2 different weather cycles in the same spot on the same server joined up with your friends? Just very weird. I just don't understand that, but it doesn't make it good. Accurate results with drag racing and testing and tuning cars with your buddies, for example, which is kind of what we were doing, which correlates to what I was kind of saying about how the tire compounds, right? I'm just shocked they never put in rain tires. With the amount of rain that's in Hong Kong, I swear to God, it's raining 24/7 on this island. when we were doing the join up and the weather cycles were different, but both of us in the same server joined up, right? It just, how do I know if one of us has a disadvantage or anything like that? You know, when we want accurate results, we don't want to be putting things on YouTube that's not accurate due to server errors with weather cycle changes. So how do you really know what car is quicker when you have those factors to account for? But on a good note, I will say this. I haven't had a single crash besides the freezing with the tuning problem in the past few weeks. Not a game crash on the console and nothing. I've had no issues that way, which is a big part of the reason that most of the people quit this game and it lost its fan base. Now, I must say, the one thing that's kept me from these arcade-ish like games is the physics, because after you know, Assetto Corsa, Gran Turismo and all that, where they're a little more on the simulation side, right? It's just hard to come back to the unrealistic kind of physics, which this game is really realistic in an arcadey way. Just not as good as Forza, I would say, but it is up there in the top tier. Once you kind of get a hang of it, it grows on you, like big time. And besides the bugs that I've mentioned, and the stuff that it does have wrong with it, there is only one thing, in my personal opinion, that is going to bring this game back to its possible high point and keep people playing, is when they release the casino in June on Season 4. Now, I repeat, guys, this is, I shit you not, the last chance that this game makes it out alive. Because if they do this casino and release it wrong and don't do it as good as they did it, if not better, as TDU2, this game's done for. It's completely done for. It'll be game over. Now, as a fellow Test Drive Unlimited lover, I really hope I don't see that day. I hope this really does get released in the proper way in June with this casino update coming in Season 4, because after that, that's going to be basically the bread and butter. Now for the next thing, AIs and quality of life of the game from the previous update here. I would say the AI was good. They fixed where there's difficulties on that now for some that aren't as hardcore with the gaming and just want to get on for fun after work or whatever, right? Now, that's good. They got balance there now, because at the beginning of the launch, the AI was terrible, and apparently everyone said it was impossible. It's just good to see that they did fix that for the majority of people play recreationally. For the majority of you that have quit this game and are thinking about coming back to try it out, I do highly recommend it. It is a very good game. It has improved in lots of ways. Like I've said many times in this video, quality of life changes, right? There's just the odd bugs here and there that they still got to get out. But the majority of those big bugs are gone now. So I would highly recommend, you know, giving it a whirl. Maybe install it on your PlayStation, your Xbox, or PC, whichever you play on, right? Give it another whirl. See how you like it. Now, is there gonna be some bugs? Yes. But are they gonna affect your single player campaign? No. So why not, right? The number one most favorite thing about this game, I have to say, right, that I haven't felt since Need for Speed Most Wanted or Carbon, anything like that. That's back in, like, you know, the 2000s, right? Like, it's been a while. But that thing is, when you get your car, you go to the dealership and you buy that car, you feel like you actually earned it. Unlike Forza Horizon, they give you 400 fucking cars. You log into the game and they're gifting you cars left, right, center. It's just, there's no sense of achievement feeling in that. And it's not as much dopamine as when you earn the money to actually buy your car, like you would in real life. And so that is the one uptake to it, is, you know, when you get a car, like let's say this Bugatti, right? Like I had to grind quite far just to get one of these cars. Now, I don't know about most of you, but I know anyone I've talked to, and I can speak probably for the majority of people, that was what was missing, you know, like in the past, how many games, like racing games this decade, or even in the past 15 years almost. Maybe state if you can comment one down below that you could think of. but I can't think of any really off the top of my head that, you know, you get that sense of achievement when you get a car again, you know, like when you buy a new car and you go and upgrade it is another thing, but it's one thing to just earn that car, you know, instead of getting 400, 500 cars just handed out to you, like, you know, left, right, center, like I was saying there in Forza. Even though I do think that's an amazing game, but it has its other qualities of life and, you know, its other perks to that game, the tuning, not as much bugs, stuff like that, right? You know, like, but anyway, on to topic here, right? I just think this is the first game to do it since, well, I'd say probably 13 years, because TDU2 is the last one I could think of that actually made it where you get a car after grinding so hard and achieving the money and status to get that car, and it just feels so rewarding. So, in all, the conclusion, what it all comes down to here is what I'm saying on this review. Right? I do highly recommend trying it again. It's not like it was at launch. There still is some things like we just talked about the video, right? You know, there's some things that need to be tweaked with, but you know, all in all, it's a really good game. Has gotten a lot better, and I do feel like you should give it another whirl. Give her another shot at least. Put that install on there and get her downloaded to your console or your PC. Try it out again. But in reality, it is a good game, just with its minor things that will eventually get fixed. I just want to say thank you guys all for watching. Appreciate all the support. Hopefully this was a decent, accurate review that you guys would be able to half agree on, and maybe not. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Everyone has their opinion, and I always respect that. This is my true opinion, honest review. Now, if you guys like the video, please don't be afraid to give her a nice comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.